Hello and welcome, my name is Mike Wyant, and today I'm going to talk about how to go out of your way for your customer, but to also draw that line so you are not taken advantage of. Hey, real quick before I jump into things, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. It'll really help grow the channel and put these videos in front of more people that could use them. I just started posting videos like this on the channel, so you're probably seeing this. It doesn't have that many views. I don't have that many subscribers. I mean, that's how you start. You know, started from the bottom, now we're still at the bottom. And yeah, and if you do enjoy these types of videos, make sure to subscribe and you'll get more content like this in the future, or go through and look at some of my older videos that, again, I just posted, but older as in maybe last week I posted it. That's that. Let's continue with this video. So I'm going to chop this video up into 4 parts. I'm going to talk about how to go above and beyond the right way. I'm going to talk about when going above and beyond is just too much. Then I'm going to talk about how to de-escalate the situation. And when all else fails, I'm going to talk about how to eject from the situation. That was me. I'm gonna do a thing and fly up like, you know, like Goose ejected from the situation. All right, so let's talk about how to do things the right way here. It all starts from the beginning, right when you're talking to your customer, right when they find you online, and everything I ever talk about starts from step 1, first contact. It comes down to what the customer can expect from you and what they should expect from you to really do what you say you'll do, and for them to know if you're going to do more, it might cost more. So when I do things above and beyond, I've got very black and white lines for me. I'm not going to tell my customer like, hey, I'll do this for free, I'll do this for free, and I'll do this for free, but I'm not going to do this, this, and this for free. It's something that I know that I've got in my head, or you can even like write it down. There are add-ons that I'm willing to do for free and things I'm not willing to do for free. So if you know this ahead of time, you can really go above and beyond, which you're going above and beyond, but you know what to expect from it when you're doing that. You want to be wary when you kind of have blurred lines and you're like, yeah, I guess I'll do this. And I guess I'll do that, because then it just kind of like, oh, I guess I can do this too. All right, fine, I can do this too. Oh, I can do this too. It's not like organized enough for me. I guess you should really be organized in everything you're doing. So some things I'll do for free for my customer. I've talked about it before. I'll recycle cardboard and paper for them. I'll get to their place super early or super late, like 7 or 8 in the morning if they need me there that early, 6 o'clock at night if they need me there that late. I'm willing to do those things. I'm also willing to let my customers hold on to the boxes for up to 2 days for no additional charge. So I'll say, hey, if you need it for a couple days, let me know. If you need it any longer than that, it's only so much per week, or if you need half a week, we can cut that in half or something like that. So I've got these very black and white lines that I'll do this and I'll go above and beyond my general package that I offer and do this instead. And I'm not like cutting back on what I offer. When I sat down and did my business, I said, this is what I want to offer. This is how I want to price it. And then after that, I said, okay, would I be willing to do an extra day for no extra charge? Yeah, I can do that. When is it too much? Like 2 days? I could probably do 2 days. 3, that's starting to be a bit much. I definitely thought about things that I'm going to do and say, I'll do this, I won't do this. And I like these black and white lines because when I have employees, I can just give them a piece of paper that says, we'll do this, we won't do this. They can talk to the customer and let the customer know that we're flexible and we're willing to work with them and that we'll do all these things and go above and beyond for them. We're doing things we don't need to do, but we're doing things that we're willing to do, not things that we're not willing to do. You just need to keep him organized. Which section are they going to be in? Do it for free, not do it for free. That's up to you. So that's how I keep things organized and really nip it in the bud. I make sure that I don't get taken advantage of, and it starts from that very beginning when I'm talking to customers and letting them know what we're going to do and what we're not going to do. I know what I'm willing to do and what I'm not willing to do. So say you're working with your customer now and you're kind of starting to get that feeling that maybe you're being taken advantage of. You're trying to figure out, are you at the point of no return? Is it becoming too much? Really, bottom line, how I think anyone can really tell is you'll start getting that feeling. And I think once you start getting that feeling, it's time to pull back and be like, whoa, let's reassess what we're doing here. So through working with all of your customers in the past, how much time stuff is supposed to take, how much money it's supposed to cost to do each thing. So you're probably at a point where you have a customer and you're just spending a little bit more time with them than you would usually spend with another customer or a client. And you're maybe spending a little bit more money to make this one person happy than you would a regular customer of yours. And there's nothing wrong with that. Is it too much? Are you being taken advantage of? You can definitely tell it's starting to go down this path when you're doing all these things and really going above and beyond for this customer, but they're still not happy and they still want more. And they're calling you all the time saying, no, I need this now and I need this now. And I've had this happen a couple times where I've had, not with this Simply Box business, I don't know why I pointed, I don't have my Simply Box shirt on, but this hasn't happened with Simply Box, but with the other business that I manage, I've had people say, you know, it's super passive aggressive when they say this too. They say, I would love if you were to do this for me, and I'd hate to have to go give you a bad review or something. If they do that, I just want to be like,
cheap, lying, no good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood.
It's so rude. Never, if you're ever working with someone and you ever threaten to give someone a bad review if they don't go extra above and beyond for you, you can just like go stub your pinky toe really hard and I hope it hurts and they have to cut it off or something. Like, that is so absolutely rude. Never threaten a bad review because someone isn't going above and beyond, or they're not going above and beyond enough. Just don't review them. Just like leave it alone, all right? Don't try and take advantage of someone like that. Anyway.
And that's what really grinds my gears.
If you're working with a customer and you've gotten to this point where you're like, all right, hey, I'm being taken advantage of. They're taking all my time, all my money, threatening me with bad reviews. Like, this is an abusive relationship with this customer right now. It's time to step back and reassess. And you want to like de-escalate the situation and get back to a really a good relationship where you do something for money. If you've got something in column B over here where you want to get paid to do it, but you're kind of doing it for free to be nice, and you're in this gray area that I'm talking about that you shouldn't be in. So once you're in this gray area, the only way to get out that I've found is to kind of have this awkward conversation and to really drop the hammer on the customer, so to speak. You don't have to be rude about it or anything like that, but you definitely have to bring it up and say, hey, I've been doing these things. I would really like to help you out, but I'm not really able to afford to continue doing them just because it's taking so much time that I have to pay my guys, or I'm unable to do other jobs because I'm spending time here and such and such. And if they're cool, like a lot of people are really cool about it, they'll be like, you know, I'm sorry, I thought, you know, we could just do this stuff, but hey, yeah, let me pay you for it. Let's come up with a new agreement or something, and then going forward, you stick to that agreement and don't have that gray area. Let them know at that point, you know, I'll do this. Like, I'll put in, say you're a contractor, like I'll put in the floor, and if I need to put in an extra side of trim or something, I can do that, but I'm not gonna trim the whole thing. I'll do this much extra, you know, 16 feet of extra trim. That's it. And really just have it set in stone, things you'll do and things you won't do. Tighten it up, bring it in, all right? Let's go, let's get organized and we'll get this stuff done. So let's say you've talked to them and you're hoping it was gonna go good and it didn't go good, and they're just like a piece of shit. Like, they're just a piece of work and they just want you to do more and more and more for free, and they're not gonna, you know, they're not gonna budge and they're not gonna pay you to do it, and they're just like, you said you were gonna do this.
Now you're doing this.
Like I said from the beginning, have it all in writing, have it right there, let them know clearly what you're gonna do so you don't get in this weird, like, you said, now you're doing whole thing. It's a mess. I'm gonna side on the side that you're right. All right, you said you were gonna do this and they're just being a piece of work, and you decided, screw this, it's time. I'm ejecting, all right? I'm getting out of here. I'm firing my customer, and yes, you can do that. Yes, you can do that. You can always fire a customer. I know people don't like to think of it like that, or think, wait, what? I can just like walk away? You absolutely can. Not everyone is good to work with, you know? Sometimes people just don't mesh. And if you're firing someone, you want to do it respectfully. Don't be like, what I do, and I've done this a couple times, I'll just say, hey, you know, I don't think we're really meshing together. What you need and what we have, it's not working out. So you should try these people or these people. They might be able to help you out. We're not really going to be able to help you out with that. You know, good luck on your way. And usually you're pissed off at this point, so try and be respectful. But, you know, again, you can just be like, hey, not working out. I'll see you later. I've had people just yelling at me on the phone, and I'll just be like, hey, you know, this isn't working out. We'll grab all of our stuff. You should call this person and this person. And they're like yelling on the phone the whole time, like, F you, blah, blah. And I'm just like, all right, have a good day, see ya, and I hang up on them. I'm not gonna deal with that. I'm not gonna be yelled at over the phone by somebody because they're a complete asshat. Like, come on. So we actually had somebody take advantage of us with our roll-off dumpster business that I manage. It was just, Talk about taking advantage of someone. They talked to me on the phone. They said, hey, I need a dumpster. I'm doing a deck, so there's going to be deck demo material and stuff like that going in there. I'm thinking, all right, wood, maybe a little bit of concrete from the, deck posts, support and everything like that. I said, yeah, we can bring a bin out to you, no problem. We bring a 14-yard dumpster out there, 11 by 8, 4.5 feet tall. We get out there 2 days later to pick it up. It's filled with dirt. If you fill that bin up with dirt, that's like 10 tons or over full of dirt. I don't know, because we can't pick it up to take it to the landfill to weigh it. I remember calling him and I was like, hey, like you said you were going to be putting decking material in there. And he immediately got offensive and rude and just was a jerk. He was like,
Yeah, I did put decking material in there.
and I said, well, it's filled with dirt. Do you know that?
Yeah, that's a part of the decking material.
What? I'm just super confused. His logic was, yeah, to put in the deck, we had to take out a whole bunch of dirt to level out the ground, and we got to throw the dirt away.
That's a part of the deck.
Dude, not really how that works. I feel like any rational human would understand when you say decking material, you're talking about a decking material, not about the ground. What are you talking about? I didn't say that, but I was talking to him and he just gets super upset. I was like, we could bring another dumpster out. We can't lift this one. Physically, we can't get it off the ground.
He's like, you're going to make me pay for someone to take that? I got to rent the bobcat.
And he starts cussing me out and I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm like, let me have the owner give you a call. And this was like when I was first starting. I might not have even been a manager at this point, but I'm like, I'm going to have the owner give you a call here. The owner calls him up, starts cussing the owner out, and he's like just thrown off guard. He's like, what is going on? You know what? Fine. We'll come, we'll empty it out, we'll take it all, but that's it. Like, we're not doing anything else. So we get out there, and I remember getting out there. We just had a shovel. We're just unloading it. And the guy rolls up in this old shitty Porsche, and he just like had this beer gut, and I'm pissed off at him, and I know I'm like gonna say some offensive things for him right now, but he just looked like an asshole. There's a specific look that he had that was definitely, he was rich and now he's not rich, and he's just kind of still an asshole from when he was rich, and he was just an asshole. And he was like, anyway, so we're digging everything out, and he's just like, oh, thank you so much for coming out here and doing that. And I was just staring at him, like giving him the death stare, like thinking about, how can I hit him in the head with this shovel? How am I getting rid of the body? Like, I'm pissed right now. And he's just like, oh yeah, thanks. I just like kept my mouth shut. I just kept doing it. We finally got everything out of there, and then he orders another dumpster out there. It was a couple houses down from my dad's house. So my dad calls me like 3 days later, like, dude, he filled up another dumpster full of dirt. Not ours, like we don't have one out there. So I drive by and I see that it's another dumpster company, that same size dumpster as ours. And I'm like, they can't take dirt either. There are a couple companies in our area that can take that much dirt. That's not one of them. I give him a call. I pretend that I'm like a neighbor, actually. I was like, hey, I'm just giving a call, wondering about pricing. I see our neighbor has one of your dumpsters. It's kind of full of dirt, and I'm going to do a project kind of like that. And they're like, oh, where are you at? Oh, this is the address. He's like, all right, I've got this person. This is the size. And they're like, you said it was full of dirt? Yeah. It looks like they're just throwing dirt in there from the backyard. It's like, I could use something like that. They shouldn't be doing that. Oh, well, it's like all the way full. You might want to give him a call then. He immediately like calls them, and I'm sure they had a whole thing too. Point is, this guy, just so rude. He obviously takes advantage of everybody. I have him in our system now as do not work with him in his name. And so if he ever gets an automated email, it'll just say, hi, do not work with this guy. He tries to scam us. I couldn't imagine having you do anything for me, because you're probably just trying to take advantage of the customer too. So yeah. Screw that guy. Anyway, let's try and bring it down a bit and not be as heated when we're talking about ejecting out of your situation. Hopefully the person isn't that rude to you. It happens. So you need to be calm. Like I said, I bit my tongue. The owner kind of dealt with it really nicely. He didn't cuss the guy out. He's not going to do that. This guy was super rude to us the whole time. We were just taking it, and then we bailed and just put in there, we're never working with you again. You do need to make sure when you're leaving and ejecting from this situation that they can still go and give you a bad review. You don't want that. You want them to say nothing about you. That's the best case scenario, is that they're just like, done deal. Let's not think about you anymore. You want to be out of their mind. You don't want that bad review. You don't want to work with them again. So just disappear from inside their brain. So just try and have the smallest impact on them as you possibly can. Let them know you can't work with them, but maybe give them some people that can help them. In your industry, you should know everybody, the ins and outs of everything. If you can do this thing, but you can't do this thing because it takes some extra stuff that you don't have, you should probably know who does that thing. So you can say, hey, I don't have dumpsters that'll take that much, but you can use these guys. And we did that. He didn't even call them. So yeah, give them other options and just try and like eject as quietly as possible from that situation. If it's anyone else who's, you know, less rude, hopefully you can do it a little bit more nicely and be like, hey, these people can help you out. And they're like, oh, thank you. Sometimes people need something from you and they're taking advantage of you, but they don't realize it because they think, oh, you'll do these things. And then when you finally say, hey, I can't actually do these things, but this person can, they'll be like, oh, wow, thank you so much. I didn't even realize it. I'll give these people a call. I'm so glad for everything you did. If they're really nice, let me pay you for these things. I didn't realize that wasn't included. And I'm gonna call these people now. You're out, they're in.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Sometimes. So the whole point of this video is that you need to keep your self-respect. You shouldn't be taken advantage of. You need to stand up for yourself. I'm the type of person who I'm super nice to you. I'm gracious for everything you're doing, as in, you know, helping me help you and all this stuff. But as soon as you cross this line and really have attitude about it, I'm like, you know, I'm not gonna be this nice guy anymore. I try and do the best I can with everything I do, and that includes customer service. And a weird way to think about it is I'm not nice and customer service oriented because I want to be, I do want to be, but I'm nice and customer service oriented because I want to grow a business, and these are the things that you need to do to help grow a business. So it seems very like cold if you say it like that actually, but it's just facts, man. All right, you're trying to do something, you need to be nice and go out of your way, but you need to have that line and be like, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to cut my right arm off because you asked me to. You know, I'll cut my pinky off maybe because, you know, that's on my column A side or something I'll do. Left arm, that's column B. I ain't doing that. You just need to have respect for yourself, know what you're doing, keep things organized, and everything's gonna be okay. And you're not going to get in this weird situation where you're being cussed out by some fat California dude with an old Porsche. Like, just keep it calm and everything's okay, you know? Anyway, I know this got kind of weird by the end of it and like aggressive. And when I'm talking about some of these things, I just like feel the emotions come back up and I'm like, oh, I just want to like fight this dude. So hopefully I didn't get too aggressive there at the end or anything. And hopefully you got some really good value out of this video. And if you did, again, leave that thumbs up. If you didn't leave it at the beginning because you wanted to see if it was actually valuable and you got here, it was probably valuable because you didn't leave. So just leave me a thumbs up. We can grow this channel and get in front of more people who could use this type of content. And subscribe if you are into this type of content and would like to learn more about service-based businesses or how to deal with people or, you know, this and that with your business. Or if you're starting a business, definitely subscribe and we'll help you get started. And like always, if you have any questions, leave a comment down below, or you can always DM me. Here's my little thingy-mabobber. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. I think we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good.
It's good.